summer, and you get to see the sun. Illuminating anything the way I want it done. It's not for lack of trying, and not for lack of fun.
You're listening to My Band Rocks, an audio biography, and my name is Keir DuBois. I'm not a real musician, but I play one on the internet. Since 1996, I've been a bassist and lyricist in several Southern California bands and side projects. The Mojo Wire, Honey White, Low Tide, Rad Blaster, and my own solo releases. In this podcast, I'm going to tell you all about it. And in this episode, I talk about How Far Is the Fall by Honey White, my second band's full-length studio debut album.
Desperate to win it all, no matter what the cost. If only you could see me now. If only you could see me now.
Some people are fearless in the face of the unknown. Some people long to test themselves against the most sublime experiences life throws at them. Some people need to push every boundary, voraciously explore every avenue, and risk danger in order to feel alive. Honey White's full-length debut album, How Far Is the Fall, is not about those people. Instead, it revolves around the feeling of standing at life's cliffs and taking a long, hard, appraising look at every possible detail before making hard choices about anything. That wasn't a pleasant revelation when it first occurred to me, well after the album was completed and released. But listening to it with so many years removal from the writing and recording process threw everything into stark relief. Paralyzed indecision and self-conscious overanalysis pervade almost every lyric of each song, and everything is blown up to newly epic proportions by a hazy, spacious void of sonic effects and instrumental textures. It's not the soundtrack to the rest of your life. It's the background noise for the time right before you have any idea what the rest of your life will bring. The creative process that spawned this album didn't begin auspiciously, but it turned out to be just what we needed. During Honey White's first whirlwind year together, we'd navigated the Santa Barbara scene on the bare-bones strength of our debut EP and semi-chaotic live shows. Throw in jobs and other obligations, and everything became a lot to handle, even for four guys in their mid-20s. So halfway through 2003, we agreed to put the brakes on Honey White. Bryn took off for a 3-month European tour. Brian finished school and left for San Francisco with a brief detour to Tokyo. And Bill joined up with punk band Future Man to play and record in Austin. While everyone else recharged and sought inspiration, I found myself in a familiar place, stewing in Isla Vista, bashing my head against the wall of an anemic local job market, and Santa Barbara's perpetually indifferent music scene. The hiatus wasn't permanent, though, and when we finally did reconvene in early 2004, we knew it had to be for good reasons. Making music had to be fun for everyone, with no preconceived agendas, especially from me, and no single correct way to play. What that meant was an organically grown Honey White sound. It developed without forcing anything, but profoundly redefined each player's role into what it probably always should have been. Once that happened, we began exploring a new pool of material that was challenging and exciting to create together. Billy and I truly became the rhythm section in ways we hadn't before, creating a solid base for Bryn and Brian to drench with their galaxy of new guitar tones. I stopped singing except for backing harmonies, which freed Bryn up to explore his full vocal range and style. Bryn brought home 3 songs from his trip: Let Go, Keep Moving,
Twisted fenders, tangled cars. Rain stings as I look at the black sky. Angry voices raised, I understand.
and Bottle Rocket.
I can throw back a drink and only taste the pink. You'll be underneath the table before I have to think. But we all reside in the alcoholic tide, and you can ride that shit forever. 'Cause baby, I tried.
Which we rehearsed and quickly mutated into porous yet monolithic slabs of echo, tremolo, and reverb. We also worked the new sonic colors into other recent down-tempo songs like Sweet Oblivion, and Famous Last Words. And even touched up live staples Mercy Rule,
Too many hours later, too much is still the same. Too close to losing everything and too scared to play the game. Too good to get the credit for taking all the blame, and too thirsty for the glory to feel any shame. So please have mercy on me. I don't know what I wanna be.
and Polarity, with a few shiny tricks. It was so much fun that we actually lightened up, thanks to Brian's obtusely crazy instrumental Sean Goes to Africa, which to me drew a straight line back to the bent humor Bryn and I knew from our previous band, The Mojo Wire. Those laughs were rare enough among the new lyrics, though. Everything Bryn and I wrote oozed frustrated impatience, false bravado, mild boredom, and an absolute lack of solutions to all of the above. Mercy Rule covered a bouncy, semi-syncopated groove with my morose attrition of confusion.
Too smart to waste the effort, too stupid to appeal to anyone, too superficially unreal. So please have mercy on me. I don't know what I wanna be.
Sweet Oblivion seized on a drifting, wavy rhythm guitar only to shrug.
If only you could see me now. If only you could see me now.
And passively float out to sea. Keep Moving tried to
Just keep busy, keep moving, go on.
as if mere forward movement was the only course. Let Go imagined a love affair at the precipice of dissolution, wondering not about the fatal impact, but instead,
How far is the fall? I can't think at all.
some lyrics accepted holding patterns at face value. Island Fever admitted,
No surprise on this horizon. No surprise on this horizon.
and Famous Last Words lamented,
Familiar wreckage in the aftermath. Fucking up again. As awful as if it took all I had to fail in the end.
distractions curdled into alcoholic cynicism on Bottle Rocket,
I should run and hide. Once my inhibitions die, because if everyone's your friend, then honey, someone somewhere lied and be alright. That bottle rocket as it spirals round the sky.
and bewildered hangovers in Blacking Out.
Waves are rolling in again, almighty and legal, and I'm already in over my head. The volume is intensive and the impacts are for real, and no one is immune who isn't dead.
That lyrical malaise even seemed to infect Brian's instrumental Polarity, which ambled perilously between quiet and loud. The one exception, Sean Goes to Africa, inspired by a friend of ours who escaped to the wider world and made good, is the only relief, flipping a giant middle finger to the rest of the album. The best thing about mentally purging all this crap was getting it out of my system, and I suspect that was true for Bryn too. We solidified the songs further with a few local gigs, which went well enough for us to pull the trigger and properly record everything. We chose Nate Perry's Take Root studio in San Francisco, enlisting engineer Jonathan Mayer, a total pro who proved masterful and empathetic for the duration. The sessions encompassed day-long and state-long drives, gallons of caffeine, baseball on the radio, and an entire Simpsons VHS library. Our first trip alone was massively productive. We warmed up with Neil Young's Dead Man theme, powered through 3 takes each of our originals and spat out 2 formless jams. With John at the helm refining, arranging, and employing Take Root's full arsenal of noise-making flotsam, the album steadily came together with overdubs, mixing, and mastering over 2 weekends per month in fall 2004 and winter 2005. By the time we began gigging regularly again, we'd comfortably become the model Bill proposed a year prior. Bryn's vocals took precedence over his solos, Brian's effects took over the lead guitar work, and I stuck to backing vocals, keeping the bass in lockstep with Bill's drumming. At shows, we ditched most of the covers and all the Mojo Wire songs in favor of the longer epic tunes from How Far Is the Fall, which was finally released in April 2005. It was a bargain to record, about $8,000. Our friends and fans loved it. We got great press, and we finally felt accomplished as musicians and songwriters. Where our debut EP My Band Rocks flexed and posed, How Far Is the Fall threw punches with precision. Where My Band Rocks defined range without filling it, How Far Is the Fall exploited and redefined that range. Life's background noise can seem like a crushing deadweight, but it can also be a push in the right direction, or even a catalyst for explosive inspiration. It certainly was for me. Making this album was the best creative experience of my life. How Far Is the Fall was recorded at Take Root Studio in San Francisco, California from August to December 2004. It was produced by Jonathan Dodge Mayer and Honey White. Additional production by me, Keir DuBois, at My Band Rocks HQ in Ventura, California. The players were Bryn DuBois on vocals, guitar, keyboard, and theremin, Brian Wolf on guitar, backing vocals, and keyboard, me, Keir DuBois, on bass guitar and backing vocals, and Bill Feddersen on drums and percussion. Engineering, mixing, mastering, and additional noise by Jonathan Dodge Mayer. All songs written by Honey White, copyright 2004, except Dead Man, written by Neil Young, administered by Silver Fiddle Music. How Far Is the Fall is copyright 2005. All rights reserved. That's all for this episode of the My Band Rocks Audiobiography. My name is Keir DuBois. All recollections herein are mine, and if I'm wrong, I welcome any corrections or clarifications from my former bandmates, or anyone else who was there. I'll return with another episode soon. Follow my infrequent band posts at MyBandRocksPod on Instagram and Twitter, or visit mybandrocks.com for a little more info. Thanks for listening.
Dude, Brian, that was fucking awesome.